That's right. In less than 24 hours now, Hurricane Milton will make landfall on Florida's Gulf Coast.
Yeah, the storm is expected to maintain major hurricane status before slamming into the west side of the Sunshine State.
Yeah, the potentially catastrophic storm is expected to bring a life-threatening storm surge, over 100-mile-per-hour winds and torrential rain. Officials are pleading for people to leave, warning that they risk being killed if they stay.
This is not survivable. I just want to tell you, if you think you're going to be able to stay out there and protect your property, it's not going to happen.
NOAA officials are warning that destruction from Hurricane Milton is already roughly projected to cost, quote, multiple tens of billions of dollars.
And this morning we have live team coverage on Milton. So you see we got Danielle DeRoche is the live desk with more on the last minute preparations that are happening all over the state.
And our Stephanie Valderrama is live in Okeechobee County. Residents there are under a hurricane warning.
But first things first, let's get right over to meteorologist Jen Collins now with the absolute latest on the storm. Jen, what can you tell us?
Yeah, still a Category 5 hurricane at this hour. It is anticipated to weaken slightly before landfall, but still landfall likely as a major hurricane. Probably maybe a high-end Category 3 or 4, but regardless of what its actual category will be, at this point, we're looking at impacts across the state. That's all that matters at this point. Here's a look at the projected landfall site of where the center of the storm could go. Anywhere around the Tampa Bay area, down south just north of the Fort Myers area, with likely landfall along the Suncoast region of Florida. That's around the Sarasota area, just around just south of the entrance of the Tampa Bay area. Now, Milton will stay as a hurricane as it crosses the central portion of the state. That's what the National Hurricane Center is saying with this latest advisory, and expected to move off the coast and into the Atlantic by Thursday afternoon. And this track could head anywhere just around the Orlando area to as far south as even Okeechobee County is where the center of the storm could be. Likely remaining through the central portion of the state, and that's where the strongest wind potential will be. That's where our hurricane force winds will be during the storm. So hurricane warnings extend across the central portion of the state, from the Tampa area, even into our local area, St. Lucie, Indian River, and Okeechobee County under that hurricane warning, where hurricane conditions are expected. Storm surge alerts along the west side of the state. Let's talk a minute about these storm surge values, up to 15 feet where landfall will be, up to 12 feet even further south. So the size of the storm actually will help to bring that storm surge onshore even as far south as parts of Lee County. So when we talk about the wind field, again, the strongest winds close to the center of the storm. So once it moves onshore and crosses the central portion of the state, the strongest winds will fall along with it, and some of that could clip the northern portion of the Treasure Coast. So that's why we are saying that you could see hurricane conditions as we head into the afternoon. All depends on where that exact center will be. Regardless, we're going to see tropical storm conditions across the area, hurricane conditions possible for Okeechobee County, St. Lucie, and Indian River County. Isolated tornado threat through the day today. Have multiple ways to receive weather alerts. And we will see the potential for a few downpours, which could lead to localized flooding along the Treasure Coast. We'll have more on Milton coming up here in just a few minutes.
So a lot of people evacuating from the western part of the state yesterday, but of course right now is basically it. It's the last possible time for everyone to get their affairs in order ahead of landfall.
Danielle DeRoche is joining us at the live desk now with more on those last-minute preparations. Danielle.
Well, Matt and Sam, we have been seeing gridlock and gas shortages due to the mass evacuation on Florida roads this week. FHP troopers have been escorting fuel trucks along these evacuation routes to try to help. The Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles shared this video yesterday showing one of their troopers escorting one of those fuel trucks. They say they are working around the clock to bring in more than 1 million gallons of extra fuel. Also working around the clock, crews trying to remove debris that's been left over from Hurricane Helene. You can see video here out of St. Petersburg, where the National Guard is helping to haul away loads of debris. And check out this video. Some Florida inmates have been helping with this effort. A spokesperson for Governor Ron DeSantis shared this video saying that low-risk inmates have been cleaning up. They've also been distributing supplies under supervision. And in neighborhoods in evacuation zones near Tampa, we're seeing law enforcement patrolling, broadcasting warnings, telling people they need to get out while they still can. Residents say they are feeling understandably shaken.
Apprehensive, really anxious. We have 2 young kids. It's scary.
Sandbags have been in high demand. This is drone video from Orange County, and you're seeing here long lines of people waiting for their chance to just fill up a sandbag and hopefully try to protect their homes. They were waiting there for hours. And the window to get out of Tampa Bay is closing right now. You're taking a live look at the Skyway Bridge out of Tampa right now, and Florida DOT says that major bridges, including this bridge here, the Howard Franklin, others, they are expected to close this afternoon. Matt and Sam, the bridges on barrier islands there have already been closed. And right now we are really seeing very limited traffic, just this one car right here. It's been eerily quiet there this morning.
Wow. You know, many, of course, residents on the Gulf side of the state saying they're not going to take their chances here with Milton. Some are headed to safety on our side of the state. Take a look here. This is what Johnny Rickert woke up to on Friday, September 27th, after Hurricane Helene ravaged his family home in Punta Gorda. Just take a look there. As of this morning, he and his family are safely in Palm Beach County, but they had to leave the damage at home behind.
Sandbags, they didn't work. the walls, or the water was seeping through the walls. And walked into the kitchen, the refrigerator was toppled over. Everything in the lanai was toppled over and destroyed.
So Palm Beach County tourism officials say of our more than 19,000 hotel rooms, 80% are occupied are occupied for Thursday night. If you know someone who needs arrangements, you can find this story on our website, cbs12.com.
All right, our team coverage continues now in Okeechobee County. Overnight, county officials there shared updates letting residents know that Okeechobee is currently under a hurricane warning and a flood watch.
That's right. So we know that the schools, also county parks, local government, administrative offices are all going to be closed through tomorrow. Operations could return to normal on Friday.
So let's get to our Stephanie Valderrama. She joins us live in Okeechobee County at the Emergency Operations Center with the latest. Stephanie?
Yes, good morning, Matt and Sam. So it is all hands on deck here at the EOC. People started trickling in for the next 12-hour shift. They're going to be here throughout the storm until it clears the state. Now, in terms of evacuations in this area, they are still under a voluntary evacuation, but county leaders have been working day and night to help people prepare their homes. They've helped people with sandbags so that they can prepare their homes and properties. People, of course, taking these warnings very seriously. According to Earl Wooten, the public safety director and fire chief, some in the county have also started to board their homes. Okeechobee County could see strong winds. Winds strong enough to uproot trees that could come crashing down onto homes, roads, and power lines. Officials are also concerned about people who live in low-lying areas and mobile homes.
The biggest thing is going to be those winds and the potential for flooding will be our main concerns. Also got just some concerns with the evacuation route. We got a lot of traffic in Okeechobee right now from the evacuations from the west to the east coast. So got a lot of traffic on our roadways as well right now.
So today is the last possible day for people to finish any preparations for their home that they didn't get to yesterday. Our meteorologists are anticipating the worst conditions could begin tonight and then early into tomorrow for this area. In speaking with meteorologist Jennifer Collins this morning, she also mentioned that there is a threat of tropical tornadoes. So it's really critical that people stay tuned to their local news. I do want to also let our viewers know at 8 a.m. this morning, a boil water advisory is going into effect for the foreseeable future for residents here of Okeechobee County. Now, this is just a precautionary measure, but they're urging people in this area to boil their water before they use it again for the foreseeable future, just as a precaution. Matt, Sam, back to you.
All right, Seth, thank you. And of course, as we were talking about hurricane prep, we told you a lot about knowing your zone. If you are new to Florida, it is important to know if you live in an evacuation zone. And we are seeing some warnings in our area pertaining to those who live in evacuation zone A. Those are seen on this map in Palm Beach County in red, mostly manufacturer mobile homes, those whose residences have substandard construction, and those living in low-lying areas prone to severe flooding. There's just kind of little bits around central Palm Beach County where you can see some of those communities. A lot of our coastal communities are not in Zone A, but it's really important for you to know what zone you live in. So you can head on over to discover.pbc.gov. That's discover.pbc.gov and click on Know Your Zone to figure out where you live.
Well, officials in Palm Beach County are also working with local nonprofits right now to make sure that everyone is safe during the storm. Efforts are being ramped up to provide shelter for those in need, including disabled veterans and the homeless. So starting at noon today, the Palm Tran bus service will initiate a special loop to transport people to designated shelters. A homeless coalition team will be out on the streets informing those individuals about the special bus service.
We have families that are sleeping in their cars, and it's really important for them to know that there's a place to go.
So the bus service will stop at these key locations that you see on your screen right now. You can see some of them there: John Prince Park, Phil Foster Park, the Delray Beach Library, and more. Again, this service begins at noon today. It will run until 5 o'clock this evening.
Well, there are 5 shelters opening across Palm Beach County. They are on this map, stretching from Boynton Beach as far north as Palm Beach Gardens and as far west as Belle Glade. There's also a pet-friendly shelter at the West Boynton Recreation Center. These all open at noon today.
There are 2 general shelters open in St. Lucie County, one at Fort Pierce Westwood Academy, the other at Treasure Coast High School. Both of those addresses are on your screen right now.
In Indian River County, Treasure Coast Elementary School opened as a special needs shelter. That's on 85th Street in Sebastian. To stay at the shelter, you must be registered. For more information on these shelters and others opening across our area, head to the homepage of our website, cbs12.com.